Alright, it's been a few minutes and my sugar is starting to melt. It looks a little clumpy, but it'll all melt and become nice, and so it looks a little clumpy like that, but as you swirl it, it'll continue to melt and it'll just clear and it'll all be melted nice into a nice syrup. So the other ingredients in this recipe are 8 eggs. 3 of them are going to be used whole, and then the other 5 eggs, you'll just separate the egg yolk from the white and just use the egg yolk. So I usually just save the egg whites for the next morning for a nice egg white omelet in the morning. So I just put them in a bowl, put them in the fridge for the next morning. And then we'll need another 3 to make the custard. We're going to be using another 3/4 of a cup of sugar, just a pinch of salt, and as I said, 3 large whole eggs. And I like to set them out for about half an hour or so, so they come close to room temperature. They're easier to separate like that. And then we need 5 large egg yolks, and 1 3/4 cups of coconut milk. And excuse me, I like to use the Goya coconut milk. This is a can of 13.5-ounce can. Okay, so this is almost ready. Alright, and so 1 3/4 cups of coconut milk, a cup of milk, a cup of whole milk also, which mine is still in the fridge. And then, optional, if you don't want to put rum in it, if you want to put flavoring, I guess you could put another flavoring, but 3 tablespoons of a dark rum. And as I said, you know, if you don't want to put rum, then it's not really fun. Okay, this is almost ready. I have my pan ready. And once this is all melted, I'm going to pour it in the bottom of my baking dish, my pie plate, and just swirl it around so it covers the bottom of the pie dish. And then I'll set it aside to let it cool, and it'll firm up a bit. Okay, it's very dark. Let's see if you can see it. It's nice and... Let me try and see it. See the inside. Oops. It's hard for me to... There, I think you could see it. Okay. It's just about... I still see a few little clumps of sugar in there, unmelted. But it's a nice dark caramel color. Okay, so I'm ready to pour, and I'm just going to pour it right into the bottom of that pie dish and quickly swirl it so it's all on the bottom. Okay, see that? Okay, and if you set it aside, it'll firm up. And then you can prepare, and we'll start preparing the custard. Oops, so sorry. Okay, so the custard, get a bowl, have a large bowl here. And first we're going to put in the 3/4 cup of sugar. And you don't need a mixer, we're just going to whisk everything together. 1, 2. Okay, so 3/4 cup of sugar. And a pinch of salt, just a little pinch. The eggs, which is going to be 3 large whole eggs. So 3. 3. Okay, and then I'm going to separate. The other 5 and into another bowl. I'm just going to let the egg white fall into another bowl. And then put the egg yolk. This is kind of a rich dessert, but we don't have it often. It's 2. 3. 4. 'Okay, so that's the 5 egg yolks. And I'm just going to mix this up a little. So I have the sugar, 3 whole eggs, and 5 egg yolks. Okay, so I have a nice mix going here. Just whisk all that up, put that aside. And then we're going to, then you add your coconut milk. And a cup of milk, whole milk. Okay, cup of whole milk. And then the rum. And at this point, if you don't want to put in the rum, then you just can put maybe a little flavoring. Almond is probably good, vanilla. We're going to put some rum flavoring here, or rum flavoring if you like the flavor of rum. There's the rum flavoring. But 3 tablespoons of rum. Okay, and that's your custard mixture. And then I'm just going to pour this into the dish. Can you see this? Almost to the top. And I have a little bit left. And so now I'm just going to take my pan out carefully, the hot water. Carefully put my dish into the hot water. Oh gosh. Okay. And then carefully place it into the oven. You have to be really good at this. Well, I knew it. Okay, so now it's in the oven and you just let it bake for about 50 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes. The center will still look a little bit loose, like jiggly, but once the outer edge, like the outer about 2 or 3 inches around the edge starts to firm up, then and the middle is just a little slightly loose, not really watery looking or like the custard itself, but when you take it out it'll continue to cook, so it'll firm up all the way. And if you're a little leery about how loose it looks, just leave it in for a few more minutes to make sure that it does bake all the way, because if it's too loose, then even after you take it out, it won't really finish cooking in the middle. I've had that happen before in the very beginning. So now I let it stay in there for about 50 minutes, sometimes even up to an hour, depending on your oven. So the oven, again, should be at 325. Your hot water ready. Make your syrup with the sugar, and then make your custard, pour it into the dish, and just bake. And at the end, when you take it out, you want to let it chill for a little while, and preferably overnight, but at least a few hours to let it chill and set. And then after it's chilled enough and you're ready to serve it, you want to take and I'll show you when I do it. You take a large plate, put it on top, flip it over, and all that syrup is all over the top, and then that's the flan. Okay? See you later. Bye.